You're listening to the Productive Therapist Podcast, the world's greatest and most brilliant resource for busy therapists who'd rather be laying on a beach in Hawaii. Every week we share helpful tips on where to put what, how to do this, that and the other, and the best way to get your ducks in a row. And now here's your host, licensed therapist, head nerd, and productivity Yoda, Uriah Guilford.
Hello. Thanks so much for listening to the podcast today. I have something fun to share with you. So last week I had a chance to travel to Louisville, Kentucky, and actually be a speaker and a sponsor at the Meet You in Kentucky event put on by the amazing Casey Compton. It's geared towards group practice owners, and it was seriously a blast. One of the highlights for me actually was meeting my virtual business mentor, Mike Michalowicz, the author of Profit First, Clockwork, and so many other books. He was so nice, and it was a thrill to shake his hand and tell him how he's changed my life and my business. One other thing I got a chance to do was talk to several of the speakers and ask them a few short questions about business, productivity, success, and just the general encouragement that they would share with other small business owners, specifically group practice owners. They had some fantastic answers, and I'm excited to share it with you today. So take a listen and have a fantastic day. What is your name, your business name, and your favorite band from your high school years?
Hey, my name is David Frank, and my business is Turning Point Planning, financial planning for therapists. And my favorite band from high school, I'm going to go with Metallica. I'm surprised to even hear myself say that, but it is definitely the truth.
What helps you be productive and get things done?
So what helps me be productive and get things done? This is a tricky question for me because I think the most important thing that I've realized is that the answer to that question evolves and shifts over time. Sometimes and some days and some weeks, it is having a really well thought through time blocking method, like having a calendar, having appointments for everything and just sticking to those and like executing on it. And that sometimes works for a while and then it stops working or it starts being too rigid. And then I know I need to shift things. And another tool that I use when I'm not using time blocking is just getting really clear on my why and just constantly remember what is important to me. What is important to me that I want to create in my life? Why is the work that I'm doing with therapists important? How am I making the world a better place? So just like thinking about that why. And my business coach likes to say, it's important that your why is bigger than your what ifs. So I don't get stuck in wondering, is this going to work or what's going to happen? It's just like my why is super important. And reflecting on that can sometimes propel me into action, into a space where I'm productive and getting all the things done.
In your opinion, what are the keys to building a successful business?
All right. So in my opinion, what are the keys to building a successful business? Wow, this is a big question. So I think what I would say there is just really being honest with yourself as the business owner. What are the most important things to focus on right now? What are the most essential things that are actually going to move the needle? And just be really honest, like what needs attention in the business right now? And that is going to evolve and shift over time, but get really, really clear about like what are the most essential things that need to happen. Max 3, I would say, at any point in time, max 3 things that are priorities, and then focus on them. Maybe not exclusively, but religiously, and let the other stuff go. And there's a book called Essentialism, which has been hugely influential in my thinking. But I think this is really the key, is to get focused. As business owners, we too often try to do too many things at once, which just leads us to doing all the things not so well, which diminishes our results. So focus on the few most essential, most important things that are really going to move the needle and serve you and serve your business.
What encouraging message would you like to share with the group practice owners at the Meet You in Kentucky conference?
I think one of the most encouraging and empowering messages for everyone, and I include myself in this, is just to own your own journey, to own your own story, and just to be okay with how that story is unfolding. And one of my favorite quotes, I don't even know where I got this, but one of my favorite quotes is that part of every hero's journey is the self-doubt of not knowing if they are up to the task. For all of us, business owners, therapists, just human beings, we go through our life's journey and we hit roadblocks, we hit adversity, we hit pain, we hit points when we just kind of want to give up and throw in the towel. And just to accept that that is part of the story, and that it's okay, and that just because you're having a bad day or a bad week, a bad month, maybe even a bad year, that doesn't mean that you're doomed to failure or that you're doomed not to be a successful group practice owner or a successful business or successful whatever, fill in the blank. Like, it's just okay. Like, it's just part of the story. And what a boring story our lives would be if it read something like, hey, I started a business and it went amazing from day one. I never really hit any challenges, just knocked it out of the park, made a ton of money, never avoided or neglected anything important. It was just like smooth sailing. Cool. Like, no one's had that story ever. So just embrace the adversity. No, it won't last forever. And just accept your story and your experience for like the really beautiful and amazing adventure and story that it is. And the last sort of inspirational quote that I also really like is like, don't quit before the miracle. Related to like, it's always darkest before the dawn, right? Like, don't give up right when things are about to shift and get so much better.
Where can people go to learn more about you, your products, and your services?
The best place to learn more about financial planning for therapists and some of the tools and free tools that I offer for group practice owners specifically is my website, and that is turningpointhq.com. So Turning Point and then the abbreviation for headquarters, HQ, turningpointhq.com. Ton of free resources and guides there, specifically, some of which are specifically tailored to group practice owners. So get the resources, get on the list. And I look forward to meeting you all and learning more about your journeys.
Are you starting or growing a group practice? If so, you should definitely check out my book, The Productive Practice. In the book, I share a simple framework for growing your group practice while working 10 hours less every week. Building a group practice is super hard work. It's easy to burn out in the process, but you shouldn't have to sacrifice your own mental health to make a bigger impact. The book is full of practical ideas on how to improve your productivity, organize your business, and delegate more effectively to your team. Also, there are some excellent bonuses I've added with the purchase. This includes an audiobook version, a special intake optimization training, and a course to help you conquer email overwhelm. Go ahead and visit productivepractice.com to grab your copy today.